The incident I will tell you today is a true incident that happened to my cousin. I am telling it like my cousin. Hassan says, there is a sentence in Bangla for sangdosh, misbehavior. The same thing happened to me. My name is Hassan. I am using a pseudonym here. I have not described my family and myself in detail. Later, you will all understand why I described my family and myself. I am a boy from a very ordinary family. My father is a carpenter. We earn our living day by day. We are 3 brothers and sisters, my 2 sisters and I. My father worked hard to educate our 3 brothers and sisters. I am the eldest son in the family. I have just passed my SSC exam and have been admitted to the Polytechnic. I thought that little by little, my dream is coming true now. I will do some tuition and I will stand by my father. At least it will be of some benefit to my father. The year 2021 was quite far from my house. My college was quite far from my village. I and one of my friends, Sajib, were the only ones studying in that college, and everyone else had gone to other colleges. The college was far from my house. Because of this, my father bought me an old bicycle so that I would not have any problems with my transportation. I used to ride that bicycle every day. One day I was going to college on my bicycle when I saw my friend Sajib going. I said, "Where are you going, Sajib?" "Get on the bicycle and go together." 2 people, Sajib and I, were riding bicycles when Sajib said, "Hassan, you and I are in the same class, studying the same subject, and we live in the same village. So why don't you do one thing?" I said, "What's the work?" Sajib said, "From tomorrow, you and I will go to college together by bicycle." I said, "Then that's fine. Either we can talk about our studies, or we can hope to continue talking." Sajib said, It went like this for a while. One day, Sajib said to me, "Hassan, I want to tell you something important." I said, "Tell me, is there any problem?" "Then what happened, Hassan?" "I like Ria a lot." I said, "Ria? Who is Ria?" "That's Ria. That's Arif brother's sister." I lowered my head and said, "Yes, I understand." I tried to convince Sajib a lot, but I couldn't. Sajib didn't listen to anything I said. It's worth mentioning one more thing here. Ria's family wasn't a very good family. I will do some tuition, and I will stand by my father. At least it will be of some benefit to my father. The year 2021 was quite far from my house. My college was quite far from my village. I and one of my friends, Sajib, were the only ones studying in that college, and everyone else had gone to other colleges. The college was far from my house. Because of this, my father bought me an old bicycle so that I would not have any problems with my transportation. I used to ride that bicycle every day. One day I was going to college on my bicycle when I saw my friend Sajib going. I said, "Where are you going, Sajib?" "Get on the bicycle and go together." 2 people, Sajib and I, were riding bicycles when Sajib said, "Hassan, you and I are in the same class, studying the same subject, and we live in the same village. So why don't you do one thing?" I said, "What's the work?" Sajib said, "From tomorrow, you and I will go to college together by bicycle." I said, "Then that's fine. Either we can talk about our studies, or we can hope to continue talking." Sajib said, It went like this for a while. One day, Sajib said to me, "Hassan, I want to tell you something important." I said, "Tell me, is there any problem?" "Then what happened, Hassan?" "I like Ria a lot." I said, "Ria? Who is Ria?" "That's Ria. That's Arif brother's sister." I lowered my head and said, "Yes, I understand." I tried to convince Sajib a lot, but I couldn't. Sajib didn't listen to anything I said. It's worth mentioning one more thing here. Ria's family wasn't a very good family. Who else knows the family better than me because Ria was a very close relative of mine? No, I told Sajib this too. Look, Sajib, Ria has a boyfriend and you know that too. Sajib didn't pay any attention to my words. Anyway, after much explaining, Sajib didn't understand. So I said, do whatever your heart desires. This is how it is. Almost a month has passed. The main event started from here. It was the beginning of the year 2022. That day, after finishing classes and coaching, Sajib and I were returning home. When the Maghrib call to prayer was heard, it seemed that the entire village was covered in white fog. Sajib and I were just cycling. There was so much fog and cold that I didn't see anyone on the road except Sajib. We were very close to our house when Sajib told me to stop the bicycle. I got off the bicycle and asked what happened. Let me tell you a little about the place where we were standing. This place is called the intersection of 3 roads. 3 roads came from 3 directions and merged at this place. One went towards our village, one went towards our city, one went towards a farmland, and another far away towards another village. The name of the village was Bilpara Village. Sajib told me that the more the bicycle went towards the farmland, it seems like we are entering another world. The sound of foxes and insects chirping around us. Whatever it is, Sajib told me to give me the bicycle and sit in the back. Today I sat in the back without saying anything. Sajib took the bicycle and ran with me towards the land along the curved dirt road. The bicycle was heading towards the farmland. As we went on, it seemed like we were entering another world, surrounded by the sounds of foxes, the chirping of insects, and the bitter cold. We were moving towards another world. I couldn't understand where Sajib was taking me. After cycling for a long time, we entered a village. I asked Sajib where I came from. Sajib told me that I came from Bilpara Village. I will see what you are doing in Bilpara Village. Sajib stopped in front of a house with his bicycle. Sajib told me to get off the bicycle and go to that house. We left the bicycle and entered the house. I shivered when I saw the inside. The entire village was covered in fog. It was freezing cold, and through it, a piece of moonlight fell on the land, creating a kind of eerie atmosphere. The inside of the house was like this. There was a huge tamarind tree in the courtyard and 3 small houses, all lit by the moonlight. What I see in the light and the light of my mobile phone is that I'm a little scared when I see the tamarind tree, because this tree is not normal like the other 4 trees. At the base of the tamarind tree, many kinds of food are wrapped around the tree with white, black, red, etc. threads. The surprising thing is that when I see the tree, I feel the hollow tree is worshipped every day. Anyway, Sajib and I entered the house and saw a light on in a room. Sajib and I went in front of that room, and then Sajib asked whose uncle is in the house. Then an old woman came and said, "Who are you? Why are you here?" "My friend," Sajib said, "Kunti." He went to his uncle and said, "What is this?" A man named Sajib came. I was talking to my uncle on the mobile phone when the old woman said, "Wait a minute." After 2 minutes, the old woman brought 2 glasses of water to us and said, "Take these 2 glasses of water and drink them. One more thing. You don't need to say Bismillah while drinking water, and hold it in your left hand." I got a little angry after hearing this. I am not a complete believer, so I said, "I will not say Bismillah before eating something, or I will eat with my hands." I either listened to that old woman's words, sat down, said Bismillah, drank the water with my right hand, my friend Sajib, but I did not do that. As I was giving my glass to the old woman, I saw that the woman was staring at me with wide eyes. The old woman looked at both of us and said, "You stand outside, I'm coming." She brought water in a bucket and told both of us to wash our feet with this water and enter the house with our left foot. Enter. This time I washed my feet without paying any attention to his words and entered the room with my right foot. I was a little surprised because there was no furniture in the room except for a bed. Another surprising thing was that the entire room was covered with a red cloth. Anyway, an old man was sitting on the bed. I was the one. I greeted the old man. I don't know if you will believe me, but after I greeted him, the old man gave me a kind of answer that I had never heard before. It seemed very strange to me. After a while, the old woman brought us chairs and told us to sit down. Then the old man, he told Sajib, "You brought what I told you." Sajib took out a note from his pocket. The old man looked at the note for a while. Then the old man got out of bed and brought a bottle of water from an earthen jar, wrapped in red cloth in a corner of the room. Seeing the note, he mumbled something and started blowing on the water. After a while, the old man looked at Sajib and said, "Have you brought me a gift?" Sajib said, "Yes, I have." Sajib extended a 1,000 taka note towards the old man. The old man took the money and gave the water bottle to Sajib. Sajib was very happy to receive the water bottle, as if he was overcome with joy. The old man said to Sajib, "And listen, after sunset, you can come to the house anytime. I will sprinkle this water around and come back," Sajib said with a smile. "Then will the work be done?" The old man said, "No, it will be barely 50%. There is still 50% left." Then Sajib's smiling face turned into a black hole. The old man said to Sajib, "First, finish the first task, then the rest. 3 things a week after the first task is completed." The secretary said, "What are the other 3 things?" The old man said, "A piece of cloth he used, 2 of his hairs, and a piece of food he ate. It has to be done within a week. If it is not done within this week, it will never happen again." Sajib pointed at the old man and said, "Anyway, I will bring everything within a week." Then the man said, "It would be good if you could bring it. This friend of yours is very clever. It is not good to be so clever." Saying this, the old man asked us to leave and said, "Go out with your left foot." Sajib obeyed the old man's words, but I could not accept it. I am Sajib. I rode my bicycle towards home. 1,000 questions were running through my mind. Out of curiosity, I asked Sajib some questions. What is this old man, Sajib, a poet or a sorcerer? And he talks about using his left hand and left foot for everything. What kind of person is he, brother? What are you doing with this old man? Sajib smiled a little. He said to me, "Friend, wait a minute. I know you have many questions in your mind. I will tell you everything. Listen to my best friend. My family is in danger. That's why my father sent me here. Don't tell anyone, not even your father or your mother." "Okay, but the old man asked you for hair, clothes, food, and these are the things." Why did Sajib stammer and say, "I don't know all this"? I didn't say anything to Sajib anymore. Even then, there were many questions in my mind. Anyway, we reached our house. Sajib gave me a bicycle and told me, "Friend, don't tell anyone." I said, "No problem, I won't tell anyone." Sajib said, "I don't know anything." He went towards home and I came towards my house. About 6 to 7 days passed like this. It was Saturday. Sajib and I were returning home after finishing the coaching class. Sajib said, Hassan, I need to go to Bilpara today." I said, "I won't go." Sajib begged Nasser Banda a lot, but he won't go unless he takes me. Then he went towards home and I came towards my house. About 6 to 7 days passed like this. It was Saturday. Sajib and I were returning home after finishing the coaching class. Sajib said, Hassan, I need to go to Bilpara today. I said, I won't go. Sajib begged Nasser Banda a lot, but he won't go unless he takes me. Then I agreed to go there, but I gave Sajib one condition, that I would enter the house. Sajib said, okay, Sajib. And I took my bicycle and ran towards that Bilpara village. There was only farmland and farmland all around. A small road ran through the middle of the farmland. Our bicycle is going after a long time of cycling. We reached that house in Bilpara village. After coming in front of the house, I told Sajib, you stay inside the house. I am waiting for you outside. Sajib said, okay, let's go inside the house. After Sajib entered the house, I was looking around carefully. I don't know if the audience will believe me. Even in this modern era, this house doesn't have a single touch of modernity, such as electricity, television, etc. What's more surprising is that there are 3 small and 3 large rooms. But I saw only 2 old people. I didn't see anyone living here. And there were no houses around the house. This house was the last house in the village. Then there was only Bill and Bill. I looked at Bill and just wondered how 2 people, especially old people, could live here. I felt very bad in my heart. Suddenly, someone put a hand on my shoulder. I was a little surprised. I looked back and saw my friend Sajib telling me to come inside. He was calling me. I said, I won't go inside. I told you before. I don't like their rules. Then Sajib told me, friend, we won't come here anymore. Today is the end. You're my best friend for me and my family. It was a little more difficult. I couldn't resist anymore. I entered the house with Sajib. The first day, Sajib and I went to the same room. Today, the old woman didn't take us to that room. The old woman told Sajib and me to come with me. The woman took us to a big room at the base of a tamarind tree. As soon as I entered the house, the old woman got a little angry and said to me, wait, what's the hurry? Let's drink some water first, then wash your feet and enter the house. I got a little angry and said, I can't eat anything without saying Bismillah, and I can't use my left leg or left hand. Then my friend Sajib told me to calm down. Anyway, we entered the room. As we entered the room, I saw that the whole room was filled with the scent of incense sticks. And there were all kinds of candles burning around the room. On one side of the room, the old man was sitting on a bench with his eyes closed. Sensing our presence, Sajib, he said on purpose, did you bring what I asked you to bring? Sajib replied, yes, I did. Then the old man said, where is it? Let me see what you brought. Sajib handed a red cloth bag to the old man. Then the old man took out 3 things one by one from the bag, some hair, a small cloth, seeing a half-eaten piece of fried chicken, and these 3 things. The old man shouted, hey, put these 3 things in an earthen pot. Listen, I'm finishing a task, and one thing, no matter what happens outside the house, none of you will leave the house. The old woman said. The old man took the things given by Sajib and went out and closed the door of the house well. I forgot to say another thing. The old man said to Sajib, I gave you water a day ago, but you sprinkled water on me, didn't you? Sajib said, yes. Then the old man shouted, my lord, nothing is impossible for Nazir. By Nazir's grace, you have done a job. I hope this too will be done. Anyway, after they both left, I asked Sajib, what is going on, Sajib? What kind of blasphemous talk are you talking about? Sajib did not answer me. And then suddenly a heavy rain started outside. It happened that Sajib and I got a little scared. I started asking Sajib, why is it that the storm has started again on this winter day? Then I saw Sajib sitting on a chair, scared and timid. I tried to see what was happening outside, but I couldn't see anything. It was so stormy outside that it seemed like it would all disappear in an instant. Just as he was about to finish all that, the door opened with the force of the wind, and then I saw the tamarind tree outside the house as if it was about to fall down. Sitting at the base of that tamarind tree were an old man and a woman worshiping a certain form, and several black forms were moving around them watching their worship. Seeing what was happening, I went to Sajeev in fear and angrily said, Where did you bring me? Sajeev was afraid and could not say anything. The storm continued like this for about 15 to 20 minutes. After a while, we thought the storm had stopped. After a while, we saw that our door had opened, and that person entered the house. The old man and the old woman looked at us both and said, especially looking at me, Why are you scared? The old man laughed a little. The old man went to his seat and sat down laughing. Sajeev, your work is done. Then the old man handed 2 amulets to Sajeev and said, Listen to these amulets. The rules of reading are, first, you have to leave all your clothes and read 2 amulets in 2 places, one on your left hand and the other on your waist. The second rule is that you cannot wear any clothes that night. Can you do it? Sajeev said, I can do everything. I said, What, Sajeev? Have you gone crazy? Sajeev said to me in a threatening tone, Shut up, Sajeev. I didn't expect such treatment from you. Anyway, Sajeev and I were about to say goodbye to them and leave. Just then, the old man said, Come out with your left foot and listen. Before tying the 2 amulets, he took 2 threads from the base of the tamarind tree, one red and the other black. Sajeev replied, Okay, that's fine. Sajeev said, And as soon as I leave the house and go to the base of the tamarind tree, the mango of my soul is released from its cage. I see a chicken, a quail, a baby pigeon, a snake, some chicken heads, vermilion, etc. tied to the base. What a terrible sight. Seeing all this, I asked Sajeev, What are you doing with all this? Sample of Kufr Kalam. Sajeev smiled a little and said, Oh no, Kadir's uncle is a very good person. Yes, I can see that. Just then, the old man from inside the room said, Did you manage to get it? The secretary said, Yes, I did. Then the old man said, Now, let's get out of here quickly. It's been a long night. Don't talk about my money, as if the old man stopped saying this. Sajeev and I set off with red thread, black thread, and amulet. On the way home, I asked Sajeev many questions, and Sajeev replied that there were many dangers in the family. That's why he did such a thing. He didn't want to talk about it. I listened to everything and continued talking. No, because it was already too late, and in the meantime, we were getting repeated calls from home. As usual, we went home. A week passed like this. One day, Sajeev and I were sitting in the college grounds. Suddenly, Ria appeared in front of us. Sajeev liked Raya a lot, but Raya liked another boy, and Sajeev liked her. She couldn't see that I was going with Sajeev. Ria would sometimes talk to me. Anyway, Sajeev was surprised to see Ria. Ria would sometimes take some notebooks from me. I thought maybe she came for the notebook. I asked Raya if Ria needed anything. Raya immediately said, Sajeev, you have it. I have something to say to you. Come with me. Sajeev and Ria were leaving. Sajeev turned his head and looked at me. He smiled a little. I knew that this was the last time I would see Sajeev, the last time I would talk to him. What do you think? Is Sajeev dead or not? Sajeev is not dead. Since that day, Sajeev and I went to college together. I didn't even talk to Sajeev. I didn't even see him, dear listeners. You must understand why I said that the company of the dead is a disaster. Now I will say half of what I will say, and the other half will be said by my cousin Rakib. Anyway, almost a month passed like this. I didn't talk to Sajib. I myself never met Sajib. One day I was sitting in the college grounds and thinking, Sajib was my best friend. He would come to my rescue if I was in trouble. I would go to his rescue. What happened today? Sajib doesn't talk to me anymore. Then one of my classmates came to me and said, Hassan, did you hear something? I said, shall I hear something? Then my classmate said, what happened? I have developed a good relationship with Sajib. I smiled a little and said, people's minds go in any direction. I was returning home after finishing classes and coaching. If I'm not mistaken, it was Saturday, 15/3/2022. I saw him very close to the intersection of 3 roads at our house. Someone motioned for me to stop my bike. I stopped the bike at the intersection of 3 roads. When the old man from Bilpara village saw the man, I greeted him. But he didn't respond to my greeting and asked me, where is the money? No one has been able to steal my money so far. I can't help it. I have a little pity for you, so I came to you myself, and I have never asked for anything from anyone. He gave me the money. I left. Hearing all the crazy talk of the old man, I got a little angry and said, what nonsense are you talking about? Why should I give you money, and you? Why are you telling me this? The old man said to me, I don't know, you have my money. I'm telling you well, give me the money. I said, I don't have any of your money. Didn't Sajib give you the money? The old man got angry and said, you two are kidding me, aren't you? The old man said, I'm telling you this. The man grabbed my hair with his fist, grabbed it so hard that I thought all the hair on my head would come off. I called the old man crazy and pushed him away. He moved away from me. The old man said something to me in another language and went towards Bilpara. I touched my head. I saw that several hairs had been torn off. I immediately headed towards Sajib's house. I did not find Sajib at home. Dear listeners and Russell brother, I knew that after today my life would stop here. I will briefly describe what happened to me. I became very sick after coming home. I got so sick that I had to spend 3 months in a hospital bed, and even then I didn't recover. I'll tell you what happened next. Even after my cousin Rakib Hassan was kept in the hospital for 3 months, Hassan wasn't getting better and we were also financially weak. I hope you all know. Hassan's father used to do small jobs. However, since Hassan was recovering, we brought him to our house. That is, after bringing him to Hassan's house, another problem started with Hassan. He started doing crazy things like hanging himself, cutting off his own hands and feet, beating up anyone he saw, etc., etc. Then Hassan's father took Hassan to the mental hospital. The doctor, seeing Hassan's behavior or situation, said that Hassan should be kept here for a few days. His condition is not very good. Hassan's father said yes and left the hospital. Wiping his eyes, we all know that the eldest son of the house is the one who is the most important person in the house. Parents have a hope, and so did Hassan's parents. No matter what, a week, 2 weeks, 3 months passed in the mental hospital, but Hassan was still not getting better. While Hassan was being treated, Hassan's father sold their land, but he still didn't give up. At one point, Hassan was sent home from the mental hospital because Hassan's condition was getting very bad. Hassan was not eating. Another painful thing was that Hassan became paralyzed. The doctor said that due to anemia, the veins in his hands and feet had dried up, and he became paralyzed. I forgot to mention another thing. Hassan was also shown many hujur kabiraj. We heard voices and the sound of many things clashing. Anyway, the ruqayya went on for about an hour. After a while, Huzur came out of the room and said, we were not at all prepared to listen to what he told us. I told you earlier that Hassan had been subjected to black magic, and the black magic that was performed on Hassan is not the same as the one that was performed on him. No ordinary person can do it because to get this genie, people have to be sacrificed. And the poet king who cast black magic on Hassan sacrificed his 3 children to get that genie. And this genie has many miraculous powers that no other genie can ever do. Other genies have that power. No. And this jinn is the chieftain's jinn. And the jinn was also returning again and again because Kabiraj's jinn was impure and without clothes. Do you know why Hassan was cast black magic on Hassan? And a friend of Hassan went to Kabiraj to cast black magic on a girl. Kabiraj got some money for that black magic. The magic is reversed and applied to Hassan. Hassan and his friend tell Kabiraj that if you perform the magic, I will get that girl, then I will give you all the money, that is, all my money. And if it does not work, I will not give any money. Kabiraj's black magic works, but does not give Kabiraj any money. Kabiraj went to Hassan's friend for a long time, but he didn't give him the money. And he said, I gave the money to Hassan a long time ago. You took it from him. Since then, Kabiraj started looking for Hassan, and one day he met Hassan and pressured Hassan to give him his money. Hassan doesn't understand anything. That's where Huzur's anger comes from, and that's where this vile revenge against Hassan comes from, and Hassan falls into danger. Alas, people, Huzur, stop saying this. The incident has become too big. Please forgive me for that. Actually, dreams are very small, but reality is much bigger. Hassan is now fairly healthy, but he is no longer. I hope you all understand why I said in the beginning that the whole world will be destroyed by the sin of association. Sajib and Rhea have been married for a few months. Everyone pray for them. I know Sajib has ruined my life. Hassan is saying these words again. I ask Allah to judge him, and many people who will pray for me may ask why no action was taken against Sajib. In fact, his family was the head of the area, and we could not do anything even if we wanted to. I will end by saying one more thing. That is, do not join any friends without knowing or understanding. We have a lot to say about that old poet. I know. I will tell you another day, God willing. And he ended his story by saying this. I hope you liked his story too. If you liked it, be sure to let us know. Thank you very much for being with us so far. Best wishes. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to always get updates about this YouTube channel. I hope we will walk a long way together. I am saying goodbye here, like today. Stay well, everyone. Stay healthy.